everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a clothing video or specifically a Sézane video in a little while now. I've just kind of been enjoying my summer and not really felt the need to look at clothes or shop, but we're in September now. It's autumn, the weather has definitely changed, and autumn is probably my favourite season to shop for clothes. So I have been having a little look at what's out there, not necessarily going to buy a lot of things, I don't think, but it is nice to look and sort of create wish lists and just put together outfits in your head or on Pinterest, whatever you want to do. So it's a long rambly way of saying today I'm going to do a bit of a Sézane wish list with you, or come shop with me. This was the first video I made on my channel back in, I think it was March or beginning of April. And yeah, I really enjoyed making it, and I really enjoyed just kind of chatting to you about what bits on the Sézane website I was liking the look of and what I wasn't liking the look of. And my dog's squeaking his toy. I'm gonna take that away from him for just a second. I just like browsing the collection with you and seeing what's out there, and we can have a little bit of a discussion, and you can tell me in the comments what you have your eye on, if anything. I'm on the Sézane homepage, and I think I'm going to start with the lookbook. This is the new autumn, I think it's the second drop of the autumn collection, and the lookbook has just been released. The actual collection, or the part of the collection, isn't being released until Sunday, so this is stuff that is coming up on Sunday. So I'm going to start there because that's the newest stuff, and then I might look back at some of the things they've released over the previous few weeks. Sam, get down, get down, get down. Okay, so here we go, the most recent collection that's coming up. So start at the top. I love the first thing I'll say is I love the more bright jewel toned colours of this collection. I think that is one of the reasons I love autumn. I love autumn winter dressing, is the colours typically suit me a lot more than summery colours. I don't really suit pastels or very light colours like that. I suit kind of more cool toned things, and specifically jewel toned colours, and there is a lot of that in Sézane's latest collection, so I really like to see that, and I feel like a lot more of it is catered towards me than maybe the spring and summer stuff was. So the first thing I see that I quite like is this patty jumper. I love the colour, I love kind of the bright vivid, it's like a, yeah, like a, is it emerald? I'm not sure, but it's like that jewel tone. I really like that. I like the silhouette of it as well. I like that it's quite a high neck. I love a high neck. I love a jumper that's quite simple. It doesn't have too many frills, particularly if it is in a bright colour like that, because that's sort of the statement part of the jumper, as opposed to any kind of, yeah, frills or like too much going on. So I really like that. I'm not a massive fan of this print. I think my mum had some curtains in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s that look like that, and that's not the vibe I'm going for. I think some of this Sézane stuff can look so good on the model, and the way they photograph it and they style it, and even a pattern like that is incredibly like dowdy curtain pattern to me, they can make it look so good. Like, she looks amazing, this outfit looks incredible, this outfit looks incredible as well, but the reality is, if I order that and bring it home, I'm going to be wearing a curtain, and that's what it's going to look like. It's not going to look like how they've styled it. So I try and keep that in mind when I'm looking at the website, and kind of avoid any of the prints that are too like that, and go for the slightly more modern ones, or slightly more minimal or less in your face ones. Like a Dixie floral is usually good, but something that's a little bit bigger like this I just tend to avoid. I like this rosemary shirt. It's really similar to the Chloe, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice. It's not something I'd buy, but it's nice. Is this the same print, or is this a different print? I mean, it's very similar, if not the same. I think it's the same. Not doing it for me. I mean, it looks lovely on her, but yeah, not doing it for me. I quite like the Eddie coat. I think it's quite expensive. I think Sézane jackets and coats tend to run a little bit expensive. I know the brand as a whole runs a little bit expensive, but I think you can find really good coats for like the £100 to £200 mark, and this is £270. So, and I don't necessarily think it's worth that, although there are a couple of coats that they've released that I do really like. This pattern is interesting. I don't know whether I love or hate it. I don't think I would buy it for the same reason that I would bring it home and I'd be like, what am I wearing? But it does look cool on the model. I like the bodysuit. I think if I was to get anything, the bodysuit is really cool. I think that being off the shoulder makes it a little bit more modern. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, it's not something I'd buy. I'm not one for buying shorts for autumn winter. I think shorts with tights, I did that a lot when I was about 13. I used to wear denim shorts with black tights or with blue tights, like bright blue Smurf tights, and it's kind of scarred me. I just don't think I could do it again. This is quite nice. The Johnny jumper in electric blue. I really do like electric blue as a colour. I love the Artemis belt as well in that colour. I wouldn't really have anything to pair it with, but I do like it. I'm not a massive fan of these like zip up jumpers though. They don't really suit me. I find that kind of neckline just doesn't really suit me. But I do like it on its own. That Delphina dress looks so short. That just looks like a jacket that they've turned into a dress, or a shirt that they've turned into a dress. That's just not a dress in my opinion. I like the belt though. I really like this Alma cardigan in like the, I'm struggling with my colours today, but that like bright green. I know at the moment they've got one out that's in more of a, I think it's like called a peacock green, but it's like a lighter green. And I liked that one, but I think this one would suit me better. That's definitely one I've got my eye on. That's probably the first thing I've seen that I would consider buying. I mean, obviously the boots are amazing, but I'm not going to wear those, unfortunately. Again, that dress, Mika dress, is lovely, but it looks so short. You can hear my computer is having a fit. It always does this when I record the screen. Just can't cope with it for some reason. So sorry about that. That is beautiful, isn't it? That back. Again, not very practical, but really nice. I love that belt. That belt is really nice. I think they've come out with some really nice new belts. I'm really tempted, and I don't even really wear belts, but I really like them. I would stay away from this jumper. Anything with things attached to it, pearls, nightmare. How do you wash it? What do you do when they come off? I also don't love the look of it, so I don't like that. I quite like this top. It's not my colourway, but I do quite like it. The Myrta blouse, it's pretty, and I quite like this pattern. See, if this was in a different colourway, brown doesn't really suit me, but if it was in a different colour, this is the kind of small floral pattern that I do like. I'm not sure how I feel about this Eddie coat. I quite like it, but I also don't. I'm not a massive fan of grey. It can be nice, but yeah, I feel like I would prefer it in a different, obviously they do it in different colours, but I'm not sure about the grey. This jumper was probably the one thing that really caught my eye when I saw like the Instagram posts and stories that they did of the collection. The Manon jumper, I love that. It's like an elevated version of a basic creamy white jumper, which is basically what my wardrobe consists of in autumn winter, along with brighter colours. But the neckline and like the detail make it just that little bit more special and really stand out, and it looks like it would be 100% cotton as well, which is my favourite kind of knitwear. So I've definitely massively got my eye on that one. Sam, no. I quite like the Leo coat in this blue. I don't think I would buy it because I wear mostly blue denim, and I just think that with blue denim, would that go? Like, it's a lot of blue. I'd probably want a more contrasting colour, but it is nice. Again, expensive, I think, for what it is. Okay, so that's it for the collection that's dropping this Sunday. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through a few of the categories of the stuff that's already out. If you can hear me over my computer, fan. So we start with knitwear because that's basically all I want to buy when it comes to autumn, winter. Yeah, I just end up buying loads of jumpers and then not having anything to wear them with. I like this, okay, this scarlet jumper in the mauve. Are we saying that's mauve? Because that looks like purple to me. I did not think that was mauve. In what world is that mauve? Mauve. That is a purple jumper. I love it. I think it's really nice. I think it would suit me. But yeah, that's a weird colour description. I really like that. And that is their classic fabric composition of a third polyamide, a third wool, and a third kid mohair. I've got one of their cardigans in that composition, and I do like it. It is itchy. It's not quite as itchy as I expected it to be, but it is itchy, so something to bear in mind. I also love that combination. I don't know what shirt that is. Is that a Chloe? I don't think so. But I love the idea of having like a tiny bit of ruffle coming out, just like the tiniest little poke. I think that's really nice. So yeah, I really like the scarlet jumper in that colour specifically. It's just a little bit different, and I think again that brighter colour suits me better than some neutrals. This was the Alma cardigan in the peacock blue. I do like that, but I think I prefer the greener, the brighter green one that's coming out on Sunday. So I think if I was to get one, I would get the bright green one. These are all kind of a bit boring. These colours are amazing, the Lucas jumper. I love the fuchsia. I just don't like the neckline. I think it gets quite bulky when you have something like that. Like those are big buttons and there's like 7 of them, 6, 7 of them. That's a lot of like, do you know what I mean? Bulk, like material and bulk, and it's a very thick cotton jumper as well. And that's the reason it would put me off. I just think it would be just too much around my neck. So I wouldn't buy that, but it is beautiful. I think it is quite hard to tuck in as well because it is so thick. And I do like to do a bit of a French tuck with my jumpers. So I don't think it would work out for me, but I do really love it. I love the concept of it. The execution I don't think would work. This one I really have my eye on. This one I kind of skimmed over originally, and then I saw a YouTuber, I can't remember her name, but I will link her down below. She did a try on of a few pieces from this drop, and she had this, and it looked so beautiful in real life. And she said that it was like kind of like the Leontine and the James jumper had a baby, which is so true. It's like that got that shape of the Leontine with the cable design and like kind of thickness of the James. And both of those, I own the Leontine and I would love to own the James. So I love those jumpers, and I love that it's 100% cotton. Like a 100% cotton knit for me is just perfect. You don't have to worry about it itching. It's not too difficult to wash. It kind of tends to hold its shape and doesn't shrink. It's warm but not too kind of stuffy. It's just perfect for me. So yeah, I really like this one. Made in Italy. It just looks really nice. I like the colour. I have to say, on the video she showed it, it looked like almost like a raspberry pink. It is described as cherry. So to me that would suggest it's got like a little tinge of pink. But in the photos it looks like a burgundy red, so I'm not sure. Have to order it and see. I'm very, very tempted by that one. That's probably the one that's top of my list at the moment. What else? I like this. I love the colour. I think I slightly prefer the Alma, or do I? It's hard to tell because she's got it tucked in, and it's hard to tell what it actually looks like fully untucked. But I do really like, that's the Lizen jumper. I do like that. I love that green colour. Tempting, looks a bit itchy, but you know, if I'm going to get any of these wool jumpers, they're going to be a little bit itchy. The only thing with that is, I guess, you can't really wear something underneath because it kind of takes away from the neckline of it being a V-neck. And even with the Alma cardigan, you're going to struggle to wear something underneath that isn't visible, so that puts me off a little bit. Whereas obviously with the Brie jumper, you wouldn't have to wear anything underneath because it's cotton. Why don't they just make all jumpers out of cotton, honestly? I know wool looks really nice and like fluffy and cozy, but the reality of it is just like, oh, it's itchy. Gaspards, not right. I know everyone loves Gaspards, but I'm just kind of, what's the word? Ambivalent? Is that the word? I'm just not really fussed about them. And that, I don't think I like. I quite like these, the Christina top in all the colours, but again, you couldn't wear something underneath because of the shape, and it would itch, so that would put me off, but they are really beautiful. I've seen this Juliet jumper on a few people. I can't tell if I like it or not. I don't think I would buy it. Black's not really my typical go-to, although I have to say these kind of more fitted black jumpers, like the Anil and the Ronnie, especially the Ronnie, I think they're honestly underrated, particularly with the scallop neckline. They're not something you think, oh, I want to spend £95 on this, but actually I'd probably end up wearing that all the time. James. I really like the James. It's a little bit expensive, I think, £115, but it is really nice. I don't think I need it there. I think I've got too many things that kind of would do and are kind of similar enough. It doesn't have as many kind of special details as some of the others do. That's mostly it, I think. I like the colour of that Marlowe. But yeah, that's kind of it for knitwear. I also like this sweatshirt. I've kind of been umming and ahhing about it for months, the 1991, because I was born in 1995, and I like red, but I don't think I need to spend £85 on a sweatshirt. I don't need to buy any of this Sézane clothing, but there you go. What other categories should we look at? I think I want to look at jackets and coats because that is my other go-to in autumn winter, and I don't actually have a nice jacket or coat. I had one from Mango last year and I ended up selling it because it was a little bit damaged, and I'd had it for a few years and I just didn't really like it anymore, so I sold it for like £10 on Vinted because it was damaged. So I'm looking for a new jacket or coat. I've got like a raincoat and like a puffer coat, but like, you know, a nice like smarter coat would be nice. So what have they got? I like the Leo in the green. Do I? I'm not sure. The white, very impractical. Looks nice but impractical. The purple magenta is amazing. But I'm not sure I could commit to a coat that colour, as amazing as it is. The Isaac, oh. This was one of the first images I saw of the fall collection, the autumn collection, and this was like early August, I think. And this is so beautiful. I love it. I just don't know. It's again very expensive Sézane jacket, £255 because it's not a coat. I've seen people try this on and it's very much a shacket, a thick one, but still not quite a coat. So for £255, that seems really overpriced. And particularly when you look at the material as well, it's 58% acrylic, 23% wool, 9% polyester. The lining is acetate and viscose, so artificial. Like, it looks beautiful, but I just don't think it's worth £255, but I still want to buy it just because it looks beautiful, and I would wear it a lot. I just don't know as well with blue jeans if it would make me look too like lumberjacky because of the colours. Or would it just make me look Parisian? Because that is very much what I'm going for. Not the lumberjack though, but it looks lovely there with blue jeans. Decisions. Any others that I like? I think that was kind of it for the main coats that they released so far. I think the final category I'll look at is, I want to look at bags, because I'm also in the market for a small bag for autumn winter. So I have like a basket bag, and I have, that's it really. I have like a large black leather tote and a basket bag and a red suede bag, but I don't have like a simple brown or black small crossbody bag. So that's what I'm really looking for, and to be honest, the one I want is the mini Faro. I think the mini Faro is the perfect size for me. I don't need a very big bag at all, and I love the I've always loved the Faro, so when they brought out the mini I was really excited, but I just don't know if I can drop £185 on it. Not yet anyway. But that is the one on my wish list in the black, I think, which is unusual for me because I don't normally go for black. I normally go for brown, but I think black would actually go with my wardrobe better. And I haven't owned a small black bag in a long time because I usually go for brown, so that would be my pick. Maybe I'll buy it at some point during the season, but not quite yet. But yeah, I really do like that. I love the blue one as well. I think the normal size Faro is just a little bit big for me, and the maxi is just huge. I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's not that big, but I think for a bucket bag style it is quite big. But I love the blue colour, it's lovely. I love that colour as well. I'm really drawn to that fuchsia magenta colour. I think the Milo's quite nice, but very expensive. It's kind of my takeaway from this video, is everything is so expensive. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then the final thing I wanted to look at is accessories, which I can't actually see on, oh there it is, specifically belts, because as I mentioned earlier, I think they've brought out some really nice belts, and yeah, I really like the look of them, and belts is not something that I ever really think about or buy. I own like 3 belts, but I really like the look of a lot of these. Okay, so the Ava, gorgeous, in the blue and the pink, love it. The Gaia, I'm really drawn to the Gaia. I've just noticed that the raspberry sold out. I love the raspberry one, but I do really like the black one as well. I just think it's like the perfect belt. It's the perfect thickness for me, because a lot of their belts are really thick, but I don't want something too skinny either. That's the perfect thickness. I love the brass, like brushed brass, antique gold finish. I think that's perfect. It's not too bright gold. I love everything about it. I love the design of the buckle. The raspberry one is so beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know how many things I have that would actually go with that. To be fair, probably a decent amount if it was just a neutral outfit, but yeah, it's sold out at the moment, but it is so beautiful. They're all really pretty. So I love that one. I'm actually quite tempted by that one. I also really like this one, the Tammy. I think that's quite nice. Again, the right kind of thickness for me. I like the design. It's quite simple, quite timeless, but still is slightly different. It's like elevated from just a basic belt. The thin louvre is nice. I don't know whether it's a bit too thin for me. The louvre is definitely too thick. These are all too thick. I just couldn't wear those really. So I think that's it. And then the Artemis as well. This magenta Artemis is incredible. I think there was another one I liked as well. Oh yeah, this one, the Tamara. Yeah, this Tamara and the Sienna. That with the green trousers looks insane. So nice. And that jumper as well, which I don't think has been released yet. It's like a jumper version of the Chloe shirt. Really nice. Yeah, so that's that, and I think I'm going to end this video here. I'm not going to look at tops or dresses because I know there was nothing really that caught my eye. As always, it is primarily the knitwear in autumn winter and the jackets and the accessories that I go for, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and comment any items that you're looking at from Sézane to add to your autumn winter wardrobe, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for 500 subscribers, really means a lot, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!